Work! Testing, 1, 2, testing. Come on out to the commons, to the concession stand today, being operated by our Liberty Center Music Boosters. Remember, your purchase of food and beverages supports your favorite band members and choir members.
with her? Because that was pretty good. Thanks for working in the drive. If you could at least say yes, no one's going to know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I just kind of.
Because you could Take time.
Well, good afternoon, Tiger sports fans. You just watched the JV with a victorious 56-16 win over the Lady Bulldogs of Scott High School. Coming up will be the varsity action. And as always, we sit down with Coach Tim Davis. It's the Timmy D Show, and with a week's preview and a little bit of recap. And we'll be back with Spike Whitman and Scott Barrett, Cole Ballman, and myself right after this.
Well, another good morning, Coach Davis. Another week goes by of the season, and you now have gotten yourself to an 8-1 record. I think reasonable expectations coming into the season. You kind of felt that you'd be around this record. You're 8-1, heading into a pretty big week with Wasion later this week. Elmwood tonight, a long road trip, another road trip. Mm-hmm. Maybe just reflect for a minute or so on your 8-1 record, and you came off a Delta game, which we'll preview or review in a minute. But 8-1, how does that make you feel, and is it kind of where you thought you'd be?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely where we thought we would be. You know, bringing back the amount of girls that we brought back this year, you know, and kind of looking at our schedule and how it played out. Our girls have I thought have really improved each night out.
Yeah.
But to be at 8-1, obviously 9-0 sounds better, but that's not the case. But I think that one loss, we've learned a lot. You know, and it was good to see us kind of bounce back after that loss.
Yeah, really. When you watch the Anthony Wayne game and you use that, Casey uses sometimes the South Range game to bring the girls and bring the players back to reality a little bit. You did have a lot of good takeaways in that Anthony Wayne game. I've gone back and watched it myself as a coach, and I do think that first half, how you competed, how you rebounded against a really good basketball team, I think that has translated a little bit for you.
Yeah, you know, and coming out with energy, and it kind of focuses on you playing a little bit harder than what you maybe will in other games, and we knew we had to play at that level, and we're going to have to do that going forward. So the competition level is always good to have that high level of competition, and it prepares you for the future for sure.
Watching the JV team play a little bit, you've got to be happy with some of their performance. They're playing good defense. You're getting a lot of productivity across the board. I know that no one's thinking about next year, but sometimes coaches in the back of their mind in those reserve and JV games, they are thinking. You guys are starting to think a little bit. What does that look like? What do we have to work on? It's a totally different thing. Talk maybe about your JV team and the successes they're having there.
Well, you're absolutely right. I'll be honest, Scott. I think about it every day. You know,
you can tell you're coaching. You're coaching it.
You know, for next year, because you're losing 9 varsity players, and Mark and I talked about it a little bit earlier that we have got to get these girls ready to play at that level.
Yeah.
And I think slowly, piece by piece, I think you're seeing some of the girls
for sure
be able to improve, and play it at a little different level than what maybe they're used to. Obviously, some skill stuff, some situational stuff, but it's a group that is coming along. Obviously, they're 6-0, I believe.
Impressive.
So, and we're trying to transition some of the things we do at the varsity level down to the JV level and working on that piece by piece. And we've even broken down some of our practices and kind of kicked the varsity girls out and spent some time just with those JV girls to go over some things.
You know what? Some of the things the players have talked about, when I talk about it with them as a dad and formerly their head coach, they say, how you doing? And we talk about the season. And one of the things we talk about is the JV scrimmaging you're doing. I think that's just a really innovative idea that you have a really good basketball team right now. And the JVs, they're coming, but you're making those guys compete. It's not varsity on varsity, which you could do. You're making those JV kids go through that fire. It's a good development piece, I think.
Yeah, because obviously, when you play against those girls, those varsity girls in
better.
Practice, you're getting better. It may not seem like it to those JV girls where maybe they're turning the ball over, not making shots, but believe it or not, it is making them better. And I think it's something that, hopefully in the long run, that'll pay off with kind of what they have to go through on a daily basis.
Many of those games next year won't look like the scrimmages they're going against this year, so they
Right.
will be ready.
Right.
Let's talk about your Delta game. They came out, and we all were prepared to have a very competitive game. Delta was very good last year. You kind of felt like they were making some progress. You look at the physically very mature, strong basketball team. Tim, you guys took Delta apart very early in that basketball game. I don't know if it was 22-0 or if it was 19-0, but this game was over. And, I mean, it's not really something you brag about, but your team played top end. Delta did not bring their best game, and this game got out of hand very early.
Yeah, and Scott, I'll be honest, I did not anticipate
No one did.
that at all.
No one did.
Delta is a solid team. That's
sure.
not going to be Delta throughout the season. They were around a 500 team coming in. have competed. They've also played some games without some of their key players this year.
For sure.
But we just played at a very high level right from the start, and it started on the defensive end. And, when you shoot the basketball 56% for the game and hold your opponent to 20%, positive things are going to happen. And I think our girls were up for that first league game, a Friday night. We've talked a lot about the league, and that was step one, and we're taking care of business, and they did that for sure right out of the gate.
I had some phone calls about that game. Barrett, you're telling me it's going to be a good game, and everybody was kind of paying attention to some of these early league matchups. And I said, we just really got after people. You look at the shooting percentage of your team, Emmy Gray, Al Moeller, Bia Barrett, some of the other players are shooting in those mid-high 40s, and that's not three-point shooting. That's turning people over, getting layups. Your defense really has started to generate a lot of points for you.
Yeah, and that's the way we've been for a few years now. Is we want our defense to create our offense, and the easier it makes it for us. As far as scoring, I think we had 40-some points at halftime, and I'm not
like
sure
an NBA game a little bit.
I'm not sure the last time we've done that. So. But then at the same time, I thought we did a very good job of getting the ball in the post early on.
Yeah.
Kaylee did a really nice job.
Really nice game for Kaylee Bland.
Yeah, and then we were able to knock down a couple shots from the perimeter too, and it just kind of snowballs, when you get that lead and things are going well.
So another road matchup tonight. Seems like you guys are taking a lot of road trips and a lot of deep road trips. You're not going to Metamora, man. You're going to Elmwood again tonight, and their program traditionally has been very competitive over the years. This team may not be as good, but again, a Monday off of a weekend, I know that you got to be thinking through getting the girls ready, get on the bus, get them their snack, get them ready to go. That's a hard thing to get prepared for a long road trip on a Monday. Talk about how you're going to get them ready, and then a little bit about Elmwood.
Yeah, it's always a challenge, like you mentioned, but when you're working with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, sometimes you never know what you're going to get. One thing that we have talked about is we want to be consistent, and this is kind of a challenge for us, is can we bring what we did on Friday to a Monday night game on the road? I think it makes us better if we can do that, to get that consistency and be able to play at a high level regardless of who we're playing and where we're playing. So it'll be interesting to see, Elmwood, a young team. They've got a little bit of size. They got some girls that are averaging around 6 to 8 points. And I anticipate that we're going to see a lot of zone tonight. So we'll see what happens. We want to get out to a good start, and hopefully we can take care of business.
Talk about a little bit for our fans, because I know they go to games and they see us turning people over, and they see all this exciting, full court trap and defense. Maybe just in a real easy sense, talk about your full court trap and what you're trying to get accomplished other than turnovers. Like, what does that look like? What do you call it? And maybe when people watch it, help them understand what you're doing on the full court and you're trapping.
Yeah, we do a couple different presses that we do. We sometimes will run and jump from behind. Sometimes we'll run and jump and trap from the front. But the key to all that is our rotations and rotating to the next pass. And that's what you'll hear a lot of, white and red is kind of what we call those. And trying to get, what you're trying to do there is speed teams up to play a little faster than what they're able to play at. But then another thing, a part of that, it kind of breaks their offense up and distracts that a little bit. And you get some deflections and get them on a rhythm. And, then they rush shots and they don't shoot as, high a percentage. So it does a lot, to another opposing team. And we just feel that with our athleticism and our length and our depth, it wears on you too after a while. You may not turn a team over a whole lot in the first quarter, but by the time you get to the third and fourth quarter, they're gassed.
Another big matchup late in the week, primetime, Wauseon comes in. Another league game. You've got big goals, and it starts with the league, and certainly Wauseon, a good basketball program, historically one of the very best. What are you looking for in terms of what you've looked at and what you're expecting from Wauseon this week?
Well, we had the opportunity to go over last week and watch them play Tenora. Wauseon is they're a scary team because they do have capable scorers. The Rupp girl is averaging around 10 points a game.
Yeah.
The other key important thing for teams when they play us, what kind of point guard do they have? And the Coronado girl over there is very quick. She can shoot it. She can see the floor. So that's going to present some challenges. They've got the Tester girl, very athletic. And they'll post her up. So they post multiple players up.
Yeah.
Against us, they'll pull their big out, put her down there. So that presents a little bit of a challenge for us too. And then, the most impressive thing is their guards, how they get after you defensively. Very quick. The Staza girl, very quick also, and can shoot it. So they definitely have some tools to play with there, and it's going to be a challenge. We're going to have to take care of business. We're going to have to be able to be patient on offense because they play multiple defenses. They'll pressure. We just need to do what we do. We kind of wear them down and hopefully get some offensive production from the interior.
Doesn't take long to get into some big games in this league, and you're there now. You're preseason. You'll have some games, but now this is kind of what you've been looking for is the league and get this thing going. Liberty Center 8-1, big win over Delta. Big game tonight on the road against Elmwood. Coach Davis, good luck and have a great week.
Thank you.
Here, that preview was actually a couple weeks ago, but we'll get into some of the things that led up to this week. I'm your host, Mark the Captain Bly. Cole Ballman on the board tonight. Today, I'm not used to these day games. Spike Whitman on the call, Scott Barrett on the color. And, guys, it's, we're talking a little bit off mic here, and the Scott Bulldogs, they got some players, Scott.
Well, we talked about it. I was talking to Spike about it. Anthony Barnum's a Scott guy. Last year, Spike and Mark, they were 5-16 and 2-8 in the City League, and really going nowhere fast. A young team that was just trying to figure things out. Well, this year they've returned 4 varsity starters. Spike, they stand at 10-4. They are 4-2 in the City League, and the 2 league losses they got are against Start and against Rogers, 2 very traditional girl basketball powers in the city. But I'm telling you, Spike, this is the 3rd game in a week for Liberty. This was a game that I think Tim and Kayla put on the schedule for a Saturday. But this Scott Bulldog team is not what you would think coming in here for a cream puff. I think this is going to be a good matchup for Liberty Center.
Well, and when you look at who Liberty played this week, they played a Fairview team who had an 8-4 record going in, but their 4 losses were 2 powerhouse teams.
Legit losses, yep.
Yes, and they played them tough. So that was a big win, and it was a big scoring game, but Liberty prevailed, scoring 74 points. And then they turn around and they play Archbold. When you play Archbold, that's like playing the New York Yankees. Let's face it, it's that mentality. So anytime you face Archbold and come away with a W, you've done well. And that was a tough game. Emmy got in foul trouble. And so I think the character of the team really came out. It manifested itself as they were able to stay even with Archibald and then obviously pull away when Emmy, got back in the game.
Yeah, as a patriarch of LC Tiger Sports, when I first started in this business, you'd say nothing negative. We don't talk about negative this, and we're positive. And so you've had to continue to help me be not the coach that I am, but the analyst. But I'll tell you this. That Archbold game, there was a lot of good that came from that Archbold game, but there were some concerns. We turned the ball over a lot. That was a tightly officiated game, and let's face it, Emmy Gray leads the league in scoring. She's kind of our Michael Jordan. She's our alpha male, and when she gets the basketball anywhere near the basket, she's going to shoot it. When you take that alpha out of the offense, and a lot of these players have been role players and doing their thing around Emmy because you're playing through Emmy. That was the first time I think we realized, whoa, Emmy Gray is not here to carry us through tough stretches.
Yes,
and so
absolutely.
I think we found some things. We found a Kaylee Blanton again, who we kind of lost her a little bit, and maybe she lost a little confidence. We found a Beatrice Barrett who went 9. I think Kaylee and Bea had 17 or 18 of the 20 halftime points. So I think there were good things that came from that, Spike. But I think there was some things. I think Tim went to the drawing board to look. We turned the ball over a lot and really struggled against a very good athletic Archbold press.
Let me ask you: is that what happens in basketball? Because Archbold was as scrappy a team as maybe we'll see most of the year. Well, they'll be one of the top couple, and I think sometimes that lends to does that lend to a feeling of uncertainty in your play? And then, like you talked about the alpha. And the Omega almost.
Yeah, she is the alpha and omega on the basketball court.
Right. And so without her in the lineup, they had to find another way. And so I think was that it, the style? Does that lend to that?
I think you were there, and I think you don't miss a lot of athletic contests. That game you're on the road against a really young but up-and-coming Archbold team that the first 3 or 4 games they looked disheveled and looked really inexperienced. The last 4 or 5, Archbold has looked really good on film, and if you broke them down, you knew that it was going to be a war. And then you add a veteran officiating crew that just was not going to allow a lot of hands-on defense. Liberty likes to sometimes play physical, and you've got girls, we're playing 94 feet, and they called a lot of fouls in the first 4 minutes that I think took us out of our defensive rhythm. We oftentimes talk about offensive rhythm, but we are really a good defensive team, and they took us out of some things we wanted to do and then took our best player off the floor, and that kept Archbold very competitive for a very long time in that game.
Oh, yeah. Whatever confidence they may have lacked, they certainly didn't show it, in the game. And likewise, you're seeing play from Nicole Keller.
Yes.
What a point guard she has really turned into being. I didn't realize how good she could really be. She, like in assists, for example, she is doubled anybody else on the team. She has double the assist. Emmy Gray with 18. Keller averaging about 3.5 assists a game. And she handles the ball with both hands. She attacks. She's a rebounder.
Yeah.
And so I think when you start plugging pieces in, and Jones is hitting a streak, she's a tremendous perimeter shooter.
She is our Steph Curry, man. What a great three-point shooter. Let me talk quickly before we get to the national anthem briefly. Bottom line is Nicole Keller's been a turnkey player in this offense, and not because she just passes, but I really like what she has done in terms of, like you talked about, assist-to-turnover ratio. Way more assists than turnovers, very strong with the basketball, and he gives her a big rebounding guard that can be physical when she drives in the paint. So Nicole Keller has been turnkey for this offense, Mike.
Yeah, I think it'll be great to see how Liberty rebounds after that. Like you said, there were 57 total turnovers in that game. It'll be good to see how Liberty Center rebounds and gets back into a flow.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to go down to the scorer's table for the national anthem and play introductions, and we'll be back right after this. Oh, he didn't turn it on.
Athletic Department of Liberty Center Schools, we welcome you to tonight's game. We are pleased that you are here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with liberties and freedoms like none other. To honor the United States of America and all of our servicemen and servicewomen, both past and present, we ask that you please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Liberty Center High School and Toledo Scott High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct and competition. While the athletes in this game today are friendly rivals, all in attendance are reminded that this is a game between student athletes and that sporting behavior is expected. The officials for today's game have been chosen according to the policies and procedures set forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your officials for today's game are Mr. Jeremy Ticci, Mr. Drake Fury, and Mr. Doug Krieger. And now let's meet our teams. First, the visiting Lady Bulldogs of Scott High School. A junior, number 1, Georgianne Clark. A freshman, number 2, Kennedy Latson. A sophomore, number 5, Jade Latson. A sophomore, number 12, Avalon Butler. And a junior, number 32, Laverna Latson. Scott is coached by Anthony Barnum, assisted by Larry Barnell and Andre Morgan. And now, let's meet your Liberty Center Lady Tigers. A 5'7" senior, number 1, Emmy Gray. A 5'7" senior, number 2, Elle Moeller. A 5'7" senior, number 10, Nicole Keller. A 5'9" senior, number 13, Eliza Jones. And a 5'10" senior, number 54, Kaylee Blanton. Liberty Center is coached by Tim Davis, assisted by Josh Williams, Brandon Weimer, and Kristen Stacy.
All right, just about ready to get underway here. Once again, from the Jungle and Liberty Center, it's the Lady Bulldogs of Scott High School coming to town to take on our Tigers. And it's game time, fellas.
Here we go. Good to see Kaylee Blanton back in the jump circle. Spike took a couple games off, had some things going on, but gives us our inside scoring. Kaylee Blanton playing some good basketball.
All right. Short toss, tip controlled there by the Bulldogs. Drive inside, running one-hander, blocked by Blanton. Emmy Gray scoops it up, brings it across the timeline.
Player to watch, Spike Jade Latson, 14 points a game, and she is a woman at 5'10" and really put together really well.
Uh-oh, they got it down underneath, and ball tossed away. Now the skip pass across through the paint, sails right on out of bounds. Liberty Center now will get possession back.
Scott invited 4 starters back from last year's 5-16 team, Spike, and Anthony Barnum has got it going a little bit, 10-4, 4-2, and a lot of interesting wins. They've beaten Clay, Southview, and Rossford, so this is no cupcake City League team today.
Right, that's established teams now you're talking. All right, moving around out front.
1-2-2 zone, Spike.
Looks inside, nothing there to Blanton, back outside. Long skip pass to the corner. Tigers moving the ball. Angle skip pass. Moeller lights up 3. Bingo, baby! Elle Moeller, not known for her perimeter shooting, fills it up. I love to see that advent. That just gives him another weapon.
Well, you're going to get some open spots in the corner, Spike, against that 1-2-2. And, you know, listen, Elle Moeller is net the best athlete on the floor most nights, but that was a good-looking stroke. If Tim can get her hitting a few threes, that is a bonus.
Yeah, Liberty Center is a three-point shooting team. They're hitting at 31%. That is excellent for a team. Long skip to the corner. Jones kicks it right back outside. Gray on a drive. Inside the paint, outside on an angle. Now that same angle again. Jones lights it up. Flat iron, no good. Moeller on the backside board. Here's Keller for 3. That's too long. Jones pinned her man in, got the rebound. Now ball kicked away, still loose on the deck. Scott comes up with it. Push up the right side, and ooh.
Avalon Butler taking it to the rim and getting fouled, but, you know, Scott is athletic. And I believe they play this 1-2-2, and they will play a zone because they are athletic enough to close out on perimeter shooters. So that skip pass that you've seen cross court has been effective. Those backside shooters for Liberty Center's got to be ready to catch and shoot because these Scott defenders are very athletic.
So it's almost it's a very fluid form of a zone defense then.
It is, and they're not playing packed in and hoping that you shoot and miss. They're actually getting out on shooters, being very aggressive here early on.
All right, second free throw, good. 3-1, Liberty leads. They push it down to Blanton. Blanton on the baseline, right back to Keller. Keller skips it across. That one's tipped. Recovered Blanton. Gray. Here's Jones for three, left side. Front iron, no good. Battle for the ball, inside position. Rebounded there by Latson.
And so far, Liberty Center looking at three-point shots. Nothing inside.
Intercepted. The drive, the shot,
There it is.
hangs on the
Kaylee
air,
Blanton.
bucket,
Kaylee
good!
Blanton really can defend in the full court, Spike. I mean, you saw a player there on the help line, basically in the paint, runs to get the steal, and then has enough skill to dribble and finish at the rim. So that is an impressive display of athleticism for Kaylee Blanton.
Right, the Liberty press is not set up as you see the top three the players out in front. You think of those in the press, but the fourth and fifth players that are back, they have a role too, and Blanton read it. All right, down to the corner. They try to steal the baseline. Ball loose on the deck. Recovered Scott. Great defense by Moeller. Here's the lob. Fronts that is Blanton. Steals it away. Gray will push it across the timeline. Bounce across. Keller. Angle skip. Now they get it down low to Blanton. Blanton turns. Goes left side. Too strong. Backside board.
Yeah, Al Moeller had an opportunity to crash from the backside from the corner, but Tim does not want players standing and watching get to the glass and get on the offensive rebounding board.
All right, another double team, and that time
Eliza Jones on the reach. Again, if we're going to shoot threes, I think we got to work really hard on the backside, Spike. Liberty's been a very good offensive rebounding team. You want to continue to do that. Crash those boards on those misses. You're shooting 35%, which is good. That's a lot of misses to be able to rebound.
Yeah, Liberty Center averaging 11 offensive rebounds a game. That's excellent. All right, in pass. Shot too long. And Barrett kept it alive, bits it out, kicks ahead Moeller. Moeller feeds off. Here's Gray. Shot hangs on the air. Bucket good.
Emmy Gray, just so much body control, big hands, smooth at the rim. Well, you get her within 8 feet, Spike, she does not miss.
She got the good shooter's roll, too, as that ball comes off that backboard and flat side there.
Emmy Gray.
Soft.
Emmy Gray, so many skills. Can really shoot it, but so soft around the rim. Just the right tempo, doesn't rush, doesn't get panicked, and just great body control. Complete control on offense, Emmy Gray.
Hey, while we got a break and a quick timeout here, we've got some additions to the schedule. Go out to lctigersportslive.com, and we've got some JV contests for the ladies coming up this week, Monday and Tuesday, I believe. I think it's 5:45 and 6:45 or 5:30. You can go out to the website and check those scores. Well, I got them right in front of me. So they'll take on Genoa at 6:45 on Monday and Perrysburg. And these will be only JV contests for the Lady Tigers.
Good to get those games back. JV games are hard to schedule. Those kids need that experience.
All right, after the timeout, they go down to the corner to Barrett. Right back to Keller. Long skip to Moeller in the corner. Moeller to the baseline. Double team back outside Gray. Now around to the corner. Barrett looks inside. Posting low. They get it to Blanton. Turn around with the right hand. Bucket good.
Good entry pass by Beatrice. He really was looking to get that ball to Kaylee Blanton. She's playing so well, and Tim wants to work out inside out a lot to open those three-point shooting lanes. Good job by Bea. Excellent finish by Kaylee Blanton.
Yep, Blanton can shoot so well with either hand. Now the long three ball. Gray fills it up. Good. 13-1. Well, if there was any doubt how Liberty Center would come out here, would they be flat after those two tough games this week? And certainly leading 13-1 does not indicate that at all.
Well, I anticipated Scott to be able to be athletic enough to get out on shooters, but if Liberty gets to see the rim in rhythm, they are going to knock down a lot of threes today, and so far, so good for Liberty.
All right, Tigers get it ahead. Again, long skip to Gray. Flashing through is Barrett in the paint. Up high was Blanton. Now they're using a double low. Skips it outside Gray. Finds Barrett, baseline jumper. God!
Kind of a lost art, the intermediate jump
Boy,
shot.
yes, the intermediate jump shot. I tell you what, the teams that can still do that, a couple players, the teams that can still do it are very effective.
Well, I like the fact, too, the quick ball reversal. What made that shot happen for Bia was a great job by Emmy Gray, quickly not holding the ball and looking, but really got that pass to the corner.
Great point.
Emmy Gray made that
Great
shot,
point.
and that look. If you're passing the ball with great efficiency and quickness, you're going to open those zones up with easy jump shots.
Right, with that active Scott defense. Now the lob into the backcourt. Miller into the game now for Keller, who come up gimpy.
Molly Perry also in the game for the Tigers.
3-ball shot. That's going to flat iron off. Rebound backside. Tries to steal the baseline. Kicks it outside. Pass bobbled. Out on her is Gray. Knocks it away. Gray picks it up, and she's clobbered out there at center court. Two people going for the ball.
It's like Bia caught one in the nose also.
Nicole Keller banged her knee, I think, on the floor on a loose ball. So Liberty playing with a lot of intensity here, kind of physical down underneath. Scott's come to play today. It's 50-1, but they're being physical, playing athletic today.
Barrett comes to the top. They skip it all the way across to Perry. Perry finds Blanton. Good job. Now out to Gray. A little long. Blanton rebound. Put back. Rolls. No good. Blanton on her own rebound. Up and good.
Kaylee Blanton having a big ball game inside. Scoring in transition. Scoring with her back to the basket. Offensive rebound. Liberty center. Kaylee Blanton firing on all cylinders early.
Yeah. Scott doesn't have a good matchup for Blanton. Lob inside, wide open. Shot hangs on the flat iron, rolls good. Personal foul on the Tigers.
Now a little bit late rotation on number 32, Laverta Latson. She got to the baseline and got the ball. And Timmy wants a rotation there and didn't get it. A little bit slow and a foul. So good job by Scott in their offense, half-court offense.
Scott, is that Timmy from the
Timmy
D
Show?
Show?
The newly crowned Timmy D Show. Weekly at LC Tiger Sports.
Free throw up good, 3-point play. Now they kick it ahead to Perry, down to Barrett, Skips out, now Gray on the attack to the elbow, little jumper, short rebound, coming the other way. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here, first quarter. Here's the drive with the left hand. Nice little
play.
runner
There
up and
was.
good. Excellent play.
Jade Latson, just more athletic than Bia, beat her on the baseline and was able to get that thing up and under. Really good-looking shot.
Perry, long skip across. Miller to Gray. Gray back to Miller. Miller down low. Here's Barrett. Spins one way, fakes the other, now kicks it outside. On the way, front iron no good. Ball batted around. And we're going to get Barrett for a push down there around the ankle area.
And a lot of banging going on the offensive rebounding glass. And Beatrice Barrett is tenacious on the offensive glass, wants to get physical. That's kind of her game, but that is a foul. And the fifth, I think, team foul for Liberty. So Scott will go to the line here.
Yeah, Barrett and Blanton, huge leads in the offensive rebound department. That's part of their game. Blanton does it all around that within 2 feet of the hoop. And Bia, Barrett, a lot of boxing out and a lot of power stuff.
I think Lori Smith from WNDH said when Bia puts the knee pads on, she's coming for some rebounds.
Yeah. All right, that cuts into Liberty's lead now, 17-8. Minute and a half. They get it to Jones. Now a little up fake. Mulder was looking for that three. Now Perry fills it the sky, but that's too long.
I like Molly Perry. She could see the rim, good stroke. She's been a great three-point shooter all year. There's a walk, 2 walks.
Yeah, they got the second one.
Yeah, missed the first one, got the second one. But you want Molly Perry shooting that 3 from the corner. She's an outstanding three-point shooter, very responsible with the ball, high IQ, good decision maker. Shot was a little long, Spike, but I like Molly Perry with the ball in her hands.
Yeah, she's a 36% three-point shooter.
She's a marksman. She is a marksman.
All right, Perry down to the corner. Nice. They get it out to the Barrett. Barrett jumper from the elbow. Barrett popped around and up the lane, grabbed the pass, and turned around and fired it home.
Catch and shooter. It's his game, mid-range, so really good job by Liberty Center. They're moving the basketball, Spike. They're seeing a lot of open girls, doing a good job. This is one of the things I've talked about I want to see more from Liberty Center girls basketball is sharing the ball today, doing a fantastic job sharing the basketball, getting open shots.
Yeah, I think the offense is really smoothing
efficient
out
today.
now. Yes, very. It's been in gear for 3 out of the last 4 games. If you throw out the Archbold because of the not atrocities, but the total off on a tangent type of ball.
Scott shooting some free throws
yes,
today. They've
they
knocked
are.
down all 4.
19-10 now. Miller, right back to Jones. Jones, Blanton got there late, up high. She's at the elbow, running the foul line. Tigers move it around the perimeter. Playing almost a box and one on Blanton. Turn around, little lean hook. Good!
Tell you what, man, Kaylee Blanton, if you have one girl on Kaylee, she is going to beat you. She's having a big game. 9 points out of the 21, Spike. You're calling her name a lot because she's open and she's finishing. This is as good as Kaylee Blanton has played all year long.
I believe it. Yep, she's had a good run here. 21-10 with 33 seconds. 33 seconds, excuse me. The drive, hang fire runner, and it's going to go right on out of bounds. Tried to create something, but...
Well, I think Kennedy Latson is a really nice-looking athlete. She got, a step on her drive against the Tiger defender, but lost control of the ball. She went up to shoot it.
All right, they get it up
Great
high to
look.
Blanton. Down low, Jones, baseline jumper, up and good!
Kaylee Blanton saw the baseline cutter, and that was impressive just again. This offense is well-oiled today, Spike.
Yeah, this is a pretty talented team. 3 ball at the buzzer. That'll come up short after 1 period of play. Liberty Center on an offensive roll, 23-10.
All right, well, we got a break in the action here. We want to make our sponsors know that we appreciate them, and we want you to appreciate them too. KK Collision, the leader in the automotive repair industry, right here in Northwest Ohio. 27 years of service right here in Liberty Center. Meyer Badenhop Insurance since 1933. Northwest Ohio has been the home of the Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency. STN Design, your home for custom screen printing and embroidery. Affinity IT Group, cybersecurity managed services for your company's demanding computer needs. 3 chords, sign it, sew it, screen it, promote it. The Davis Farm Services, that family-owned agronomy business serving Northwest Ohio farmers for well over 50 years. Swanton Welding, they've been providing their customers the best, most complete metal fabrication services since 1956. Pam and Dick Leatherman, Pisanello's Pizza, right uptown Liberty Center. The Gerald Grain Centers, that farmer-owned cooperative, 9 locations here in Northwest Ohio, one right across the street from our studio in Liberty Center. Holgate Metal Fab with 14,000 feet of fabrication area. Holgate Metal Fab is your shop that you can count on for fabrication. And last but not least, Sattler Meats, from our farm to your table to my belly. That's what I'm saying, buddy. Right there on South Perry Street in Napoleon.
All right, here we go to start the second period. Miller continues in there for Nicole Keller. Miller pops out and out of the corner. Jones fires, hits it, good. Wow, what a stroke.
Yeah.
That's just like for her shooting a free throw.
Eliza Jones, if she's not the best three-point shooter in Northwest Ohio, I want you to show me one.
That's right. Wow, wrap around, turn around, reverse spin up, good.
Yeah, Tim not very happy with that. Little loosey-goosey in that half-court set.
Here's Miller on the attack inside the elbow. Now kicks it outside. Perry, bingo, pow!
Here we go, Spike. Liberty now really heated up from 3, and this game can get away really quick from anybody playing Liberty Center. If you're going to give Liza Jones and Molly Perry open looks, good luck.
Boy, look at that. Miller steps in front, anticipated that on the interception.
Scott had 7 turnovers in the first quarter.
Oh, now Moeller attacks, kicks out. Miller open, rebounds off the flat iron. Ball battled for. Jones stepped in. Liberty got a hand on it, but I think we're going to be hit with a foul.
Yeah, good job, Scott, battling inside. Jade Latson, their best net player, both on offense and the offense and defensive glass. Blant with her second foul, but what a first quarter. Bland dominated for the Tigers on the inside, and Liberty shooting threes from the out. That's as balanced as it gets, Spike, when you got a big inside with 9 and girls shooting threes.
Yes, Liberty averaging 5 3-pointers a game. That's up from last year, and I think that may continue the average.
We might be at 5 right now here in second quarter. I'm not sure.
Yep, it's got to be close. All right, they break the press, lob it over the top to the elbow, the little underhand flip up. Good! You got to hand it. That was a great move and a great shot. Jade Latson.
Latson's basket is good.
Now, Latson averages 14 a game, one of the top scorers in the City League. And she's had, I think, a season high of 24 in a game, so she's more than capable of knocking down a lot of shots. Real strong-looking player. And there, again, Scott continues to bury free throws. 29-15, and Spike, that's 5 or 6 points on free throws alone. That's impressive.
Well, Scott was looked like they were 6 of 7 in the first quarter from the free throw line. So,
all right, they skip it across. Gray fakes to the corner, right back out front. She'll get it back. Now gets down low to Barrett at the high block. Back outside. Keller back in the game now. Moving well. Now Barrett, up fake. Here's a drive. We're going to get a personal foul on her way to the rim.
On the floor. I thought that was in the act of shooting, but he'll call that foul on the floor against.
Scott foul against 5.
Yeah, that was a close call.
I like pump fake and going to the rim every now and then to kind of loosen that defense up.
Here's Gray. That comes up rim short. Grab.
She will get some teasing about that one from her brother because that one hit the side of the backboard. That is a rarity for Emmy Gray.
All right, Tigers get the double team. They beat it with a long skip pass to the corner. Shot up, no good. Bea Barrett held out the big guns and got the board. Here's Keller on the attack, left point. Now down to Gray. Gray finds Barrett inside. Barrett triple team. Now down. Jones fires baseline. That's no good. Battling for the backside board. We're going to get Gray for
a little reach-in foul.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, I like it. Liberty on the offensive glass, really active, really fighting for everything. And, it's 29-15, but Liberty's fighting like this thing is a 2-point game, Spike.
Oh, yeah. Everything about this is good. It's smooth. It looks polished. Defensively, it's polished. They work in unison together. Now they get the double team, flip it off, knocked away by Jones, scooped up Keller. Keller leads ahead. Gray, little jump stop, that won't go. El Moeller battles for the ball, but yanked out of there, and now coming the other way. 2-on-1. The attack, the layup, good. They got Jones up in the air.
Hey, great job by Scott, by the way. They really distracted Emmy Gray on her easy layup. She misses, then Laverta Latson runs the floor. She's a big girl, gets to the rim, and gets a three-point play. So Scott, in this game, running the floor, challenging fast breaks. They did a good job, Spike, of getting back on that 2-on-1 break for Liberty. So hand it to Scott. They're battling here.
Free throw rims off. Barrett runs it down in the corner. Tigers will go back to the offensive side. Lob ahead. They find Barrett top of the key. Barrett bounces to the outside to Gray. Barrett posting high. Backside is Jones on the low block. Now she'll pop to the corner. Barrett up high. That pass is tipped away, and Scott on the interception.
Liza trying to get it into Bea so Bea could reverse the ball to the shooters on the backside. But, again, Scott, active hands in that zone, got the turnover.
All right, down to the high block. On the elbow, looking for players, cutters to the baseline.
5.
Nothing there. And a timeout before the turnover was called by Scott.
Anthony Barnum, their second-year head coach, who's done a really nice job with this program, and you're seeing them competing at all levels, up and down the floor, playing good half-court defense, running that zone, good job closing shooters out. They're giving great effort tonight. I think Coach Barnum's got them going, but that was a good timeout as the 5-second clock was ticking, ball in the hands of their top scorer, Jade Latson, but Liberty's defense around on those passing lanes have been outstanding. Jade had no options. Quick 20-second timeout. Very well called there by Anthony Barnum.
Yeah, they're back in the game. They're making a little bit of a run at Liberty Center, 29-17.
Well, they are challenging layups, Spike, and they're getting out on shooters. So Liberty's hot shooting early, got them the lead, but they're going to have to do a good job here in the defensive end and get a possession closed out.
All right,
there
inside pressure
Great
from
job.
Keller, knocked it away. El Moeller then knocked it loose, and Keller picks it up. Ahead, Perry to the corner. They look for Bea. She was cut off. Perry on the penetrating drive and back outside. Moeller has it tipped, but Liberty keeps the ball.
Another tip by Jade Latson. Again, that zone, Spike, pretty athletic, getting out on the Liberty shooters and in the passing lanes.
All right, long skip pass. Perry in the middle, 10-footer, rims off the flat iron. Perry jumps in there, gets a tie-up.
Tell you what, Perry had a nice look at basically a dotted line extended type jumper, 12, 13-footer, but then tied up on an offensive rebound. Good effort by Molly Perry.
Absolutely. She knew what to do with the ball when she got in there. Now a little 1-2-2 trap.
Little trap here, little run
they
and jump.
Get it out front. Nice job by Scott of breaking that. Top of the key, down to the corner. Pull-up jumper, baseline, too long, backside board, kicked outside. Little up fake. Here's the drive, picked up by El Moeller. Ball hangs on the iron. Up, no good, and the rebound, Nicole.
Good job by Nicole Keller. Again, we've talked about a good rebounding guard.
Here's Gray, she'll load up. God! The classic three-pointer from the wing.
She had Bea at the elbow, but liked that three-point shot. So did I. Knocks it down. Great job, Emmy.
Yep, she was in rhythm.
Yep, there you go.
Ooh, a double dribble. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, it was right in front of him.
Yep. Good call by the official. Liberty Center turns them over 32-17. Liberty getting it back together a little bit here on offense. I like it when we have a three-point shot available to us. We're taking it, and we're making it, Spike.
Right, and the scoring is pretty much balanced today. I mean, everybody's getting
Emmy's
into the
got
act.
8, and Kaylee's got 9, but everybody else has got a couple shots made.
Yeah, so I love what we're seeing here. All right, Gray. Left point, down to the corner. Barrett looks for Gray, cutting through. She was cut off with a double team. Now puts it on the floor, attacks the rim. Shot, front iron, hangs around, pounces away. It'll belong to Scott.
The Lady Bulldogs.
Yep. I about said Libby. And if you
The Libby
fans,
Cowboys.
Cowboys!
Yeah, weren't you a Libby?
How about them
were,
Cowboys?
You were a cowboy, Captain.
I was.
You were a representative cowboy.
Liberty Center in the fast break there again, though. Scott getting back in the transition defense. Athletic, explosive, and aware of the basketball. Good job by the Scott Bulldogs stopping Liberty's fast break.
All right. Well, a challenge in a different form every time Liberty takes the court. All right, Tigers get it in, work it outside. Miller now up fakes, drives, gets inside, double team, ball tipped away. Here comes Scott, 2-on-1, hard drive. Gray knows when to back off. Could have went up and possibly drawn a foul.
Now Jade Latson again, their strongest player, and she goes right to the rim.
Here's Gray, pull up, stops at 10. El Moeller from 17, that's a little long. Perry battles in there, drives the lane. She picks up a foul from the Bulldogs.
There's the high IQ player. Molly Perry knows exactly where to be on the shot, was in perfect position, and then shows a little battle and grit getting on the floor, fighting for the offensive rebounds. I love Liberty Center's team, Spike. They love the offensive rebound, and tonight, or this afternoon, continues to battle for offensive boards.
First shot rims away. Perry will get one more.
Molly Perry active on the offensive glass.
Second one up, on the way, too strong. Barrett got a hand on it, popping into the paint, but rebound was too long. Scott picks it up. Liberty in a 2-3 zone now. They go up high, gets it inside, drive down the lane, uses the glass and puts it in.
Yeah, Beatrice Barrett went for the steal. Bia went for the steal, but they were able to get the ball by her for a basket.
Skips past to Gray. Gray for three on the wing. Get it again! Bingo, baby!
There's the Alpha Omega. Wow. Emmy Gray, you get her hot. She's just unstoppable. She's got 11 here.
Now the running one-hander, strong.
There you go, charge.
Oh, an offensive foul.
Great job by Beatrice Barrett. Stepped in for Jade Latson. Their best player takes it to the rim, but Bia just gets her feet planted. That's her second big charge she's taken. Took one against Archbold to stop a scoring drive, so good job by Bia on defense.
I'll bet Barrett just relishes the contact.
She invites it and seeks it.
Invites it, precisely.
Good defense by the Tigers in the half court.
All right, Miller hands off. Moeller. They find Gray. They bounce it to Barrett. Barrett knocked away, and here come the Bulldogs.
Not a great pass by Emmy Gray to Bia. That thing was between her legs, so Liberty's got to tighten it up a little bit, passing the basketball.
Long three, top of the key. That's going to be short. Scott hasn't shot many threes.
They haven't. That's not what they do. Looked at the preview in the Blade before the season. They like transition. They like themselves in the half court. Not great three-point shooters.
All right, Miller looks underneath. Barrett posting high. Down on the low block was Perry. Now bounces out. Long skip Miller. They find Gray. Gray looked to penetrate. Couldn't get her. Now they get it to Barrett. Turns around. Drives the paint. Draws another personal foul on that drive.
They've been waiting for that play. I mean, Bia's gotten the ball, reversed it, and they've relaxed on that defense of the high elbow. But Bia that time, good pump fake, got underneath the big center and got to the rim in the foul. Good job and good half-court offense. You don't always have to pass the ball. Sometimes you can pump and get yourself to the line.
Right. And I love those first two steps, that hard dribble. You create a situation. That time it was a foul, but you may get to 2-on-1. But the dribble penetration is so valuable.
Well, and you cannot just rely on the three-point shot.
Second one up, and Bia Barrett, a 78% free throw shooter, cans them both. Liberty Center having a good year at the free throw line, 65% team average. That is really good, probably the best that Liberty's had in years on the girls' side of it. Here's the Barrett on the stop. Barrett battled, rebound kicked out. Perry got a hand on it, kept it alive. Gray scoops it up, gets it ahead. Moeller lays it up and it won't go. Scott comes right back. We're down into the final half minute of the second quarter. Lob out high, look to the baseline, nothing inside. Long skip. Now they'll go outside three. They'll get high block, the drive. And Perry got a hand. Perry got a block. Tipped away by Gray. Scooped up Moeller. Now that's swiped at midcourt. Ball loose on the deck. We're going to get a Liberty Center foul.
That's Beatrice Barrett. Liberty playing some pretty furious defense there in transition. Beatrice reached in, got the cookie jar, and they'll go to I think the free throw line again. But you don't want to put Scott at the free throw line too many times. They've been very efficient there. I think, Mark, what you have them at? 6 of 7.
6 of 7.
Pretty impressive. The Maids are at the bottom. Again, good free throw shooting basketball team. I'll tell you, this is a much better Coach Scott team. I know, Mark, you've seen a lot of Scott teams back in your day, and maybe not the most disciplined programs all the time, but this one looks pretty well coached.
Second one good.
8 of 9 from the
Liberty
free throw line.
Center's having a great night or a great afternoon on the offense, but Scott hanging tough after that slow start. Here's Perry on a drive, turns the corner, and hammered on the way to the basket. Oh, I love that.
I tell you what,
she took the ball to the hole.
I tell you what, she got absolutely hammered by Avalon Butler, but my goodness. Listen, again, you can hit threes and you can get leads, but, man, to hold leads, I think you've got to get the ball on the floor, attack the rim, and get to the free throw line. So I think you've got to have a good balanced offense, and Liberty today is showing that, Spike.
Perry got it to go. That's another form of that shooter's roll. Got it up there soft on the front iron, and it had enough pull to just go right up over the top and down. Second one on the way, a little too strong off the back iron. 2-1, and half court comes up short. Liberty Center on a terrific offensive showing. They lead it 38-23 over Scott.
All right, with that, everybody, we'll be right back after this halftime break. Go for it. All right, we're back here in the Jungle Liberty Center. The Lady Tigers lead the Lady Bulldogs of Scott High School 38-23. Some of the stats look like this. Liberty Center in that second quarter went 4 of 14. Scott, they did not make a 2-point basket in the second quarter. Okay. But they were 4. They were 4 of 6 from three-point land and 3 of 6 from the free throw line. So shooting right now for Liberty Center is 4 of 33 for 42%. Scott in that second quarter went 5 of 10. They finished the half 7 of 16. So, here's one of those, Spike will love this, my stat things,
Yeah.
Scott, percentage-wise, actually outshot Liberty 43.5 to 42. But Liberty Center took 33 shots while Scott only took 16. So you got to love that.
Yeah, the captain's theory holds true again.
Yeah, Liberty Center only shot 4 of 14 in that second quarter, but all 4 of those were triples.
Well, impressive, though. You give Scott credit. When they get the ball inside the painted area, Spike, they're strong with it, and they can shoot free throws. So on the defensive end, they've done a really good job of keeping the ball away from the rim, forcing Liberty Center to drive and get fouled or hit that three. So Scott's got a game plan. Liberty has been able to shoot their way out of it, but so far so good for Liberty. But Scott's still hanging around this game right now.
From the free throw line real quick, Scott was 9 of 11 for the half, while Liberty Center was 4 of 7.
All right, Tigers with the ball. Long skip all the way across to Gray. Posting down low, they find Barrett. Her shot, she's fouled, no call. Got the offensive rebound and now kicked around again. Blanton up on the elbow. Long 3-ball. Moeller, that's going to be no good. I love the fact, though, that she's looking for that shot.
Needs to be an offensive threat. Oftentimes she's not, but today she has been.
Gray on the board on the backside. She'll push it ahead. Liberty in transition. Here's Gray, the runner. That's blocked. It'll go out of bounds. No call, and Liberty will have it.
George Ann Clark just basically threw Emmy Gray to the ground after blocking her. Emmy Gray trying to get that ball on the square. She's very good around the glass, especially in transition, but Clark would have nothing to do with that.
Tigers run a little wheel. Get it in. Now Barrett. Across, Gray, a little pump fake, nothing there. Can't get the drive. Tigers take it around the horn. All the way across, Gray, a little up fake to the baseline, double teamed, all the way back out. Looking for the skip pass, back to Gray. Moeller kicks it over. Keller now finds Barrett in the middle, 15-footer, rim long. Now rebound long, rebound. Gray has it blocked. And the Tigers reopen the O.
And Scott doing a good job, rim protecting, blocking shots.
Now Moeller releases back outside. They go to Gray. Blanton posting down low. Barrett up high.
Scott picking up the pace here in the half court in that zone, doing a good job of collapsing.
And a makeshift turnaround. That was a great
job
by
Moeller.
Yes. Here's the drive. Keller kicks it to the corner. 15-footer up no good, and sideline out of bounds.
Really good defensive possession by Scott there. Really active in their 2-3 zone. Liberty did get 3 rebounds offensively, kept that possession alive, but Scott hustling, a lot of intensity. No easy shots for Liberty Center. A couple blocks from Scott, too, so really good defensive set for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they got a double team on Blanton, and that took that away. She made a great effort to try to get the good shot. All right, now flip it around. Nice little double team, the runner, and it would draw the personal.
Well, you're going to see a lot more of Jade Latson off the bounce. That time I think that was maybe Kaylee Blanton, or no? Going to be foul number 2.
Liberty Center foul against number 2, L. Moeller.
A little bit of a reach, but again, Jade Latson strong off the dribble and really creative around the rim. Strong woman, and again, Scott shooting free throws today, Spike. So this is 2 good possessions for them, 1 on offense and 1 on defense. So hit these free throws, they cut this lead to 13.
Front iron short. Liberty Center outscored Scott by 13 points in the first quarter, but the second quarter about even. So the game's leveled off. And now you got, if you're Liberty Center, you want to hope to get a little bit of that momentum back. That flow to the offense.
Well, they did a good job in the first half, reversing the ball, hitting the open girl. Here we go. See if we can get something done here in possession number 2.
That flip knocked away. Here comes Scott from behind. Shot rolls good.
Jade Lawson again. That's her 12th. Very strong to the basket off the bounce in transition.
They find Barrett up high. Barrett looks to Blanton. Can't get her there. Now the long skip. Gray for a long 3. That's going to rim off. Barrett battling for the ball. It was Blanton that finally scooped it up and saved out front by Keller. Barrett pops to the top. Blanton on the opposite block. Now 2 low block players.
Skip
Blanton
pass.
Bounces high. Gray spins, looks, finds Barrett in the middle. Barrett 15-footer. That's blocked. Blanton grabs it. Scores it!
Liberty Center, good job. Found Beatrice Barrett in the middle, top of the key. Good jump shot. That was partially blocked. Again, Laverta Latson in the middle of that 2-3 zone, got out to the shooter and tipped that pass. Again, Scott, very athletic in this zone.
Yes.
I keep saying it, but they are causing a lot of trouble for Liberty Center on some of those initial shots and some of those passing lane skip passes. So Scott bearing down on defense in this zone. Liberty having to work really hard to get open shots here.
You mentioned that right off the bat, and they're still doing it. They're able to get like a double team on Blanton on the baseline, and so Barrett appears to be open, but they recoil and they take that away.
Getting out on shooters, really taking advantage of their length. Laverta Latson, really good interior defender, good rebounder. And again, Scott, very well coached on this 2-3. No easy looks. You'd think you'd have some open looks with good ball reversals and skip passes, but so far, Scott has proven that to be very difficult in the half court. Good job by the Scott Bulldogs. Hats off to their head coach who's building a program there. Very impressive for Anthony Barnum.
Hey, once again, I'm going to jump in here. We've got even as I speak, there is a schedule update going on. The boys freshman team Monday, 5:30, will take on the Start Spartans. And then following that game, the girls' JV will take on the Genoa Comets at 6:45. That'll all happen on Monday. Tuesday, we're back here with the girls as they take on the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets.
All right, here's the inbound. They get it. Gray back to Keller. They go to Barrett, find Blanton, turn around left-hander. That's going to roll off the flat iron. And here come the Bulldogs. They'll kick it to the wing. Stopped there by Keller. 3 ball on the way. Top the key. Comes up short, but the offensive rebound inside. Blocked in there. Maybe that was Moeller. Now ball loose. Drives for Keller. Gets it ahead. Wide open. Layup good. Wow, it happened fast. Tigers were on the deck, and they pulled it out. Jones now waiting at the scorer's bench to get in. Bounce feed to the baseline. Excellent play, but the ball bounced hard and up and away.
I'll tell you what, Liberty working really hard to get that ball into Blanton, Spike. It's not only for Blanton scoring, but it's for her to look opposite for shooters in the corner and cutters. So Timmy likes to play inside out. Kaylee Blanton having a nice ball game offensively, but passing the ball pretty well right now, too.
All right, they take it right back to Gray. Gray double team. They get it to Barrett outside. Jones for 3. Jones off the back iron. Gray runs it down on the sideline. Save to Keller. Keller keeps her composure on the attack. Ball tipped. Recovered. Blanton.
And Scott tipping a lot of passes, doing a really good job.
They get it to Barrett. Barrett turns, shot. That's going to rim strong. Battle for the ball. It'll belong to Liberty Center.
Liberty Center finding some open shots there at the free throw line. Beatrice has had 2 good looks. Missed them both, but good opportunities by Liberty. Scott, again, doing a good job of getting in the passing lanes, tipping a lot of balls, making it hard for Liberty Center in the half court.
Here's Gray. Gray takes a look. Now they get it to Blanton. Blanton kicks it outside. Now finds Barrett. Barrett has the ball knocked away. Nice recovery there. Flips it out, but that'll go on out of bounds. It'll belong to the Lady Bulldogs.
Hey, the reason why that was a turnover, Spike, is because Scott has done a good job of really pressuring the ball and not making things easy for Liberty Center.
Yeah, the game has been played even Steven ever since that hot 4-minute stretch Liberty Center enjoyed.
Great job.
The first period.
Great job by Beatrice Barrett and Emmy Gray, both pressuring the basketball, turn Scott over on the open floor. Tim calling a timeout to reset their defense. Looks like Gracie Miller will come in for Bia to kind of get a little bit more athletic, a little quicker. It looks like Liberty wants to put this game on ice with some pressure. Certainly Gracie Miller, one of those players, does a really good job on the open floor, trapping, defending. So, again, Scott's got enough guard play that they've been able to handle a lot of what Liberty has dished out today. But I think you're going to see Tim get real aggressive here at 94 feet, Spike.
Yeah. Hey, what was that again, Captain? That was the freshman boys and the JV
a couple
girls.
things. Yeah, Monday, freshman boys play Start Spartans at 5:30, followed immediately by the JV girls team taking on the Genoa Comets at 6:45.
So that's why I got it straight finally now. 2 different schools are coming in.
Yep. Then Tuesday, the Perrysburg Lady Yellow Jackets come here, JV, to take on our girls, and our boys team will be at Perrysburg that night. So one of the things we've done with our website is we have both our broadcast schedule and the master schedule on there, so you can go to lctigersportslive.com for all the details.
All right, back to business now. Liberty with the ball. They skip it across. They find Blanton down low. She'll fire it outside. Gray, she'll kick it across, though, down to Blanton again. Blanton takes baseline, double team, back to Jones. Miller on an up fake. She'll drive the paint. Knocked away. Nice defense by the Bulldogs.
Roberta Latson, great rim protector, 5'11", just rejected Gracie Miller on the drive. So, again, Scott can defend the rim, and they can get out and guard you on the perimeter.
The drive blocked by Blanton. Blanton averaging about a block and a half a game. Here's the lob ahead, wraparound runner, good!
A little touche on defense there by Kaylee Blanton in the block. Got the transition started. Emmy Gray finishes really well around the rim. The Liberty's defense equals a lot of offense, whether you're trapping or you're rebounding or you're blocking shots. It gets Liberty in transition, gets those athletes at 94 feet. I like layups, Spike, and Emmy Gray is real good at layups.
Yes, yes. Around the rim, she's got a great touch.
Yep.
All right, that was blocked by Keller. Got a hand on the shot. Tries to turn the corner. Blanton cuts off that drive. Now in trouble, and we're going to get a foul.
Foul on Kaylee Blanton. Looks like maybe her third.
Ooh.
No, Kaylee's been extremely active today and playing really good perimeter and a really good rim protecting defense, and also getting out on some of their athletes because she's very athletic. So Kaylee being real aggressive today on defense.
Yeah. Oh, nice little flip. We caught Liberty off guard, but Jones in there battling and pulls down a physical rebound. They'll kick it ahead to Miller. Skips it across. And Scott read the play.
Jade Lanson
but Latson just didn't get there.
She ran over Liza Jones, and Liza Jones does a good job of keeping her composure because Jade Latson is a big, strong human being and very athletic.
And that is her fourth foul.
That's a big foul for her,
big
Mark.
Foul for the Bulldogs.
Good catch, because a lot of things run through her on offense.
All right, they'll go down to Barrett. Little give and go. That wasn't open.
There you go. Little screen.
Now,
back to Emmy.
Emmy on the way. That's going to flat iron long.
Shoot
and we're going
three.
to get a foul after the shot,
Yeah.
was it?
No.
Avalon Butler, that was a little two-man game between Emmy Gray and Bia. Bia sets the screen. Emmy creeps around Bia with a wide-open look, and then number 12, Avalon Butler fouls her.
It is on the floor, Spike. That's a good
wow.
Good catch there.
He called the three-shot foul initially.
Yeah, and then the other guy came in and waved it off.
I see. All right, good job by the officials, because I thought that was a three-shot foul.
All right. Barrett to inbound, goes to the corner. Moeller back in the game, takes the return pass. Barrett posts up, nothing there. They take it around the perimeter. Barrett moving with the basketball. She'll come to the elbow. They get it into her, looking at the baseline. Couldn't get it to Perry. Now the 10-foot jumper, foul line. Miller, no good.
They found Gracie. Good job on the ball reversal. Just missed the shot.
Coast to coast, and Miller on the board.
Gracie needs just a few of those to fall together.
It was a good look by Gracie Miller. I mean, it was right there at about 13 feet. She's a good shooter.
Jones now finds Perry, baseline, gets it to Barrett. Barrett, little up fake, drives the paint, draws the foul on the way in.
Laverta Latson doing a good job of keeping that high post entry in front of her, but then Bia with the pump fake gets to the line. And again, you've got to be able to do that in this offense once in a while to keep them honest, and good job by Bia.
Well, Barrett does a great job of that up fake stuff and then the drive underneath. She loves that, looks for it. And we've seen evidence of that from several of the Tigers today. I love that type of offensive thinking.
Well, just attack, and you don't have to attack from the wings. You can attack from the middle part of that zone, and Laverta Jackson's done a good job defending the rim today, but good job by Bia.
Bia Barrett, and I believe unofficially she's 4 out of 4 at the foul line. Very balanced Liberty Center scoring tonight. You got to love it. Loose ball picked up now by Perry. Scott gets back. Jones flips it to Barrett. Barrett, jumper, 15-footer, flat iron, bounces away. Now Miller applies pressure in the backcourt. They'll get it across the line, kicks it to the wing. Long three-pointer, tips the iron, no good. But the rebound, now will wrap around. Ooh.
Good drive by Kennedy Latson. She took a long three, was short, chased down her offensive rebound, got to the baseline, and a foul by Liza Jones protecting the rim, but really good hustle there by Kennedy Latson. We don't see Scott shoot a lot of threes, so I think those threes are few and far between and hard to square up on the rebounds.
Liberty's ferocious defense is taking its toll on Scott. They got back and they were swinging in there with Liberty Center blow for blow, but they've only scored 3 points here in the third quarter. Second one, too strong.
Line violation by Liberty Center. I'm not by sure.
Liza
Jones.
Stepped
Good job,
in.
Captain. Liberty Center does a really good job of checking out on these free throws. Got to get this defensive rebound, clear the possession.
On the way, that one's good. Liberty by 19. Final 30 seconds of the third. Jones. Tigers take it around the chasing zone defense. Ball tipped away, gets it out in front. El Moeller hustling back, running one-hander.
Another good play by Kennedy Latson, one of the Latson sisters, and took that ball away from Birdie and Moeller. Gracie Miller and Elle struggling to get that ball reversed, but just a better defensive play by Kennedy. She jumped that pass, got in transition, and Elle with the foul. But I'll take that foul. I'll make them earn it on the free throw line. Good job by Elle.
Second one, or first one bounces away. Captain, where is Scott High School
It
in
is
Toledo?
over by St. V's. It's out on North Cherry Street. Down past Central Catholic Way, out that way.
I see.
So kind of definitely an inner city downtown school.
All right, Tigers clear it out. They get it to Moeller. Here's Liza Jones. Jumper, good! Just outside the paint. Good floor shot, 1 second.
Goodness!
She threw it in!
Kennedy Latson, who finishes the half. Wow, what a 38-foot running three as the buzzer goes to cut the lead to 18. But, man, oh, man, that was impressive. Those are hard to make, and Latson finishes the quarter.
All right.
Go ahead, Captain. We're good.
We'll take this opportunity again to thank our sponsors, Sattler Meats, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Green Centers, Pizzanello's Pizza, Pam and Dick Leatherman, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, 3Chord, Affinity IT Group, STN Design, the Meyer Baden-Up Insurance Agency, and last but not least, Kyle Kern and KK Collision there north on 109 of Liberty Center. And again, I want to just talk a little bit about boys basketball. Last night, Liberty Center defeats the Archibald Blue Streaks here. We had the game live, and the first time in what we believe to be 20-plus years that the Tigers have beaten the Blue Streak. So, big win for the program.
Oh, that was awesome last night. I mean, this place was rocking. And had Liberty shot a little bit better from the free throw line late, that could have looked a lot worse than 10 as Liberty really controlled that game last night defensively. Right. There was some ferocious defensive play. Grady Miller had a coming-out party.
Yes.
You got Gavin Galen, but you've got some guys now starting to really develop for Greg.
Yeah,
and
Robinson
that's a big-time win.
Appears to be coming on.
As a number 2 scorer behind Galen. But love what Grady Miller did last night.
Hey, some quick stats. Liberty Center 3 of 21 in that quarter. Scott 2 of 11. So Liberty Center now 17 of 51. Scott 9 of 28.
That shot way too strong off the glass.
Liberty in a 2-3 zone in that set. Want to see if they can do a little bit better job rebounding out of it.
All right, Gray, long skip across to Jones. Tipped away as they try to get to Blanton. She recovers. Finds Gray. Gray attacks. Throws up the runner high off the glass. No good. Blanton backside rebound. Here's Jones. 15-footer. Goal!
Jones shoot the ball really well. Intermediate jumpers, too. That's about a 14-footer, not her typical 3.
The drive to the paint and a late foul. I think the ball was already gone. and appears to be Blanton's.
That's her
Fourth.
fourth, and
Believe
Kaylee
so.
Bland again. Though I mean, really active defending the rim, not giving any easy shots today. But again, very impressive by Kennedy Latson. She's decided to get to the rim, and without Jade Latson being in this game, of course she's just re-entered, but kind of took over the offensive responsibility for Scott. Kennedy's had a really nice run here. Finishes the half of that big three and has really gotten aggressive putting the ball on the floor.
Yeah, the scoring in the middle two quarters, Liberty Center 24-20. So that's the type of game it's been. Liberty Center had that hot 4 minutes in the first, and Scott's been able to play even with them. But that's what you see a lot in basketball. All right, now stolen away, and here come the Bulldogs. 2-on-2, the high runner. That's going to be no good. Battled for.
And Joanne Clark got back, and again, Scott outrunning Liberty Center in some of these transition opportunities. Just very athletic, explosive, and doing a really good job getting back, defending against Liberty's transition offense.
All right, 50-31, Liberty Center in control. Here's Gray, top of the key, finds Miller. Miller launches too far, and they're going to say it was off Scott.
Yeah, Gracie Miller can shoot that three, and that's a good look for her. We want her to continue to shoot that three because as we get into deeper NWOAL play, we're going to need some scoring out of Gracie Miller. She can do it.
Okay, they lob. Miller on the up fake,
Good drive.
attacks, throws it up left-handed. Great effort, good-looking shot. Couldn't get it
I
to
think
go.
they're going to get Kaylee Blanton.
No, they're going to get
I'm
Liza
sorry.
Jones.
Liza Jones, not Kaylee
And
Blanton.
Liberty's starting to pick up some fouls here. A lot of post-rebound fouling for Liberty, and Scott is just getting very aggressive, doing a good job on the offensive glass. Liberty Center needs to tighten it up just a little bit on the checkout.
All right, Liberty Center's two bigs.
And sure foul there for Avalon Butler, I think, on the trip against
She just
Gracie
kind of
Miller.
standing there laughing like, I don't know what I did. That would be her fourth.
Again, this game's getting a little choppy with the fouls, and
Scott foul against number 12, Butler, her fourth, team first.
Barrett finds Perry. She'll launch it. Front iron, no good. Rebound kicked out of there. Scott on the run, out ahead. The running one-hander too strong. Battled for him. Perry pulls it away. Ahead to Gray. Up the left side. And the Tigers go to set it up again. They find Barrett in the middle. Little up fake goes to the baseline to Keller flashing down. Shot flat iron up, no good from Perry, and rebound Scott.
now they're identifying the shooters really well in the corners. Liberty's gone a little bit cold at those 2 point field goals. So Scott's done a good job defensively and kind of making our shooters a little disheveled.
Here's a drive, throws it up inside, at a shoulder lead there, and we're going to get a jump ball call in the backcourt.
I think that
Ooh,
may.
reaching from behind her. That's usually not called a jump.
32, Laverta Latson back into the game for Toledo Scott, returning for Liberty Center, number 2, Elle Moeller.
Gracie Miller seeing a lot of minutes here and really having to endure a lot of physical defense against her. This is good for her.
Yeah, that's a great point. Loads up, Miller
Good shot.
in and out. She's had some good-looking offensive thrusts, but can't get it to go. A little
Nice
running
looking.
one-hander off the flat iron, banged around. Gray in there.
Good job. Good drive by Avalon Butler. Again, Scott not afraid to put the ball on the floor and challenge the rim.
Keller kicks it down to Moeller. Moeller finds Miller. Miller. And that one's stolen away. And here comes Scott again on the drive. They're having a hard time finishing. Liberty Center defends well, and that shot no good, but a foul.
Jorianne Clark, again, good defense on the perimeter. Gets in that passing lane a tip, gets a fast break opportunity. And Liberty, there's been very few struggles in this 11-1 start, but one has been the transition defense at times. Fairview got out on us pretty well. Anthony Wayne certainly did a great job against us in transition, and today Scott is challenging us and getting down the floor with athleticism and speed. Liberty's done better, but there's been a lot of fouls at the other end. against our transition defense, giving Scott a lot of free throws. They've cooled significantly from the free throw line.
Yep, misses again. Barrett did a nice job to box out. That allowed Perry to flash across, come up with the rebound.
I think Al Moeller did a good job there. Barrett is on the bench. Al just checked
Oh,
in for.
I'm sorry. They look. I'm sorry. You're right. Miller on the drive. That shot blocked, scooped up. They both have that same tail, and it's kind of the same general hair color.
I like it when you have to identify players by hair color and how long their hair is. Beatrice Barrett and Elle Moeller could not look more opposite, as Elle looks like a greyhound and Bea's kind of built like a Tonka truck at times. Lean, athletic
Only
Tonka
you
truck.
could get away with saying that, calling her a Tonka truck.
I mean, just a big, strong girl, Beatrice Barrett. But
down to Perry and back to Miller. Long, high skip pass. Miller gets it out. Gray on the up fake. 10-foot runner. That won't go, and rebound.
And Liberty not challenging on the offensive glass. That's not been the tradition in this game in the last few. So, one shot and done. If Liberty doesn't make it, Scott's on the glass defensively.
Well, Liberty's got, if you include Barrett in that, they've got all three of their bigs on the bench, and so this is a different flavor.
Well, one of the things the last quarter, Liberty Center was 3 of 15 from within about 6 feet of the rim.
Ew.
So struggling.
Scott's interior defense is impressive, and I think it starts with Laverta Latson. Must have heard us talking about this problem because they insert their two best rebounders right away in Beatrice and Kaylee Blanton.
And Blanton with 4 fouls, so.
But with 3:55 to go,
yeah.
I think he wants some size in the game.
All right, they go to the corner. Barrett up fake, goes to the left hand on the baseline. Throws it up. That won't go. Ball tipped around. Grab. Blanton kicks outside.
Got it.
Moeller, go!
Elle Moeller has had a nice night shooting some open J's. And for a girl that's not much of an offensive threat, Spike, it's good to see Elle taking some shots.
Absolutely.
Good move by Bia. Just couldn't finish. I tell you again, Scott's interior defense has been imposing. Certainly starting to mar some shots.
Nice. Keller steps in front, knocks it away, but recovered. Scott throws it up too strong off the glass. Barrett inside.
Like a rebound to me.
A rebound and a foul.
13. Jones returns for the Tigers.
Liberty got big in a hurry, went from a small lineup to a big lineup with Kaylee Blanton, Eliza Jones, and Beatrice Barrett. If you call 5'5" big, Bia's a big.
She plays bigger.
She plays bigger than that 5'5".
Now the drive. Blanton cuts that off. They kick outside to 3.
Here it is over the back.
And Barrett with that superior inside position. Usually she'll pick up fouls on the drive. That time it was boxing out.
That was a good read on the three-point shot. Bia exactly where she needs to be. She's really improved in that area. She used to put herself out of a lot of rebounds. She's putting herself in a lot of rebounds this season.
All right, Perry. They get it down. Blanton, that's tipped away, and Scott continues to be a thorn in Liberty's side with that.
Just a lot of length.
Getting their hands into the passing
lane. A lot
lane.
of length.
Here's the drive.
Oh, man, there
Blanton.
it is. Latson again. That could be her 5th for Blanton. And Jade Latson doing exactly what we thought she could, averaging 14 a game. And that's her 12th, strong to the basket. It's going to be it for Blanton today. Kaylee will leave this game with 13 points, one of her best games of the year. And Liberty needed it. It's a good job by Kaylee and really challenged their big Spike. I mean, she did not back down.
Yeah, she's playing with more impetus, with more resolve, possibly.
Yes.
And a rim roller and falls in good. 52-34. Liberty in control with 2.5 minutes to go. Scott, though, has been able to challenge Liberty. Bia Barrett gets inside. The runner hangs on the iron. No good. Miller on a rebound. Miller, a dancing dude, gets the shot, draws the foul.
I like some of the work that's being done in the paint by Liberty on their driving. Scott, though, doing a good job defending. Bia, again, on the floor, Really good opportunity at the rim. Didn't go in, but Gracie Miller right there for the offensive rebound. So Gracie goes to the free throw line.
Hits the free throw.
Good shooter, good player here, Gracie Miller. Elite defender, but she can score the ball.
Second one on the
Good
way. All net.
Up 20.
54-34.
Good, up 20. Good job by Gracie Miller on the offensive glass and converts them in her free throws.
Blue up fake. Kicks it to the corner. Shot goes up. Good.
Good job on the half court there again. Jay Latson on the drive. Picked out the open girl, and nice basket by Scott. Tell you what, Scott has done a good job of staying in this game. There were a handful of times where Liberty was ready to get this thing to 30, and Scott's defense, their interior defense, really good job in their zone defense against Liberty. Liberty not shooting a high percentage from two because Scott's interior defense, and give them credit. They have played very good today.
We had that great first quarter, 23 points, and then the next three quarters, we've only scored 30.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was Butler's fifth foul, so she'll sit down for the Bulldogs.
The game has gotten physical, and Scott, in challenging these shots, playing really good zone defense, picking up some fouls.
Yeah, on another day, on another court. Here, Barrett on the up fake now finds Perry. Perry will put the high archer. Battle for Miller, uses their body, gets the rebound, pulls it back outside.
Offensive glass again. Good shot by Molly Perry. Good offensive rebound by Liberty Center.
Good pivot to stay alive. Perry saves possession. Tigers pull it back outside.
Yeah, Liberty getting ready to do some subbing. Kennedy Lawson, a big foul there on Gracie Miller will go to the line, and Liberty will have a lot of subs here as we get to the 123 mark. This will be a good win for Liberty Center. This was a game Scott team who did some really good things on defense, and one of the more athletic teams that Liberty will see on their schedule. Very impressed with what Scott has done today and impressed with what they're doing. Anthony Barnum doing a great job with this team. They've got an identity. They play good interior defense. They're very athletic. Give him a lot of credit for this Scott team as he's building a program. Last year, Spike, they were 5-16 in no man's land and came in here with 10 wins, 4 in the City League. So Scott is growing as a basketball program.
I like what they showed to Liberty. It gave Liberty a different look, something different to deal with as they build momentum for the year. And a rebound by Macy Crew.
Good to see a zone defense today with the ability to get out on shooters and rebound the basketball, disrupt the rim, and you saw that today from Scott.
Atkinson, I believe, on that long three.
She can shoot it.
That's a walk.
Running one-hander.
Oh, wow.
And a personal foul.
Kennedy Latson, one of the Latson sisters. There's 3 of them on this team, and every one of them are a good player. I thought that was a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, and Miller knew it, too.
It was a 20-point lead foul.
Yeah.
Keep the clock rolling the best you can, but a little courtesy for the Travelers from Scott. I really like the way Scott shot free throws today, too. I mean, fundamentally, they do a great job in their zone defense. Really excellent job defending at the rim and shooting free throws very well. Not known as a three-point shooting program, but a good free throw shooting group today. And if you want to win games in the City League, because there's going to be a lot of athletes and a lot of full court pressure and a lot of fouling.
Yes.
And with this new personal foul rule where you get to 5 and everything's a 2-point, 2-shot foul, it gives you a lot of opportunities. If you shoot free throws well in that kind of environment, you get a lot of points from the line. And Scott got a lot of points today from the line, Spike.
Yes. Let's see, the Lady Tigers, you say, play Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
Who do they got Monday and Tuesday?
Monday, Genoa, the JV only.
Yeah, JV only, but varsity.
When does varsity come back?
Uh-oh. Running one-hander up, and Addie Zintek
I'm out.
draws the foul.
I'm out. They can back. Varsity plays Tuesday, Mark?
I got to look.
Come on, man. You're the scheduling. You're the
we got
scheduling
so
guy.
many schedule changes. The boys play at Perrysburg Tuesday. That's freshman
the boys
JV.
play Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay.
The girls play Thursday on the road at Swanton.
A Swanton team with 8 wins.
Yeah.
Thursday at Swanton.
Yep. And then Friday we're at Bowling at River City at 4, and then the boys take on the Swanton Bulldogs here Friday night. So we'll have all these updates on our social media, so you can check us out on Facebook or go to lctigersportslive.com for details.
Zintek knocked down the free throw, and three-pointer there up, no good. Final seconds of the game. Turnaround blocked by Atkinson. A double.
Tim and I have talked about this JV team. I believe now they're 9-1 after today's win.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, that's impressive. These girls here on the reserve JV level are going against one of the best teams in the area every day in practice, Spike.
Yeah.
So next year's team is not going to be a bunch of pushovers because they're graduating 9 seniors. They're going to come out here next year and have been battle tested against a pretty good group that they've been working against this year. Tim's coaching this year, but he's got one eye on how these girls are developing. And at 9-1, that's a lot of victory, Spike.
Yes.
W's are W's, and that's a culture. The JV team has done a really good job this year, putting a lot of wins on the board. Very good game at Archbold, too. That was a very spirited battle on the road. That was a tight
they
game.
Did. I was
had to
proud
fight
of
back.
those
Had
girls.
to fight back.
They really battled, even though they were down at one point by 15. I mean, they stayed with it, and they stayed with it against the starters from Archbold.
Yes.
And they came within an eyelash of turning the corner and winning that one. Atkinson, good free throws. Liberty Center up 57-41.
I mean, Scott's letting this ball roll to half court so they can get more time on the clock. Just to get a three-point shot.
Up, no good. Rebound, and that's the ball game. Liberty Center, 57. Scott Bulldogs, 41.
Everybody, thank you for coming out today and supporting high school.
Excellent win for Liberty Center today. Gets them to 12-1 on the season. 2-0 on the NWOAL with a really nice game on the road at Swanton. A surprising Swanton team, I think, at 8 wins, sitting at 8 wins. And if they pick a win or two up this week, you could see them as a double-digit winner going into Thursday's game. But today, Liberty saw some things, Spike, that they don't typically see. Exactly. Good point made by you. Excellent job in Scott's interior defense, really good-looking zone, and a lot of good-looking athletes today for out of Scott.
Yeah, and I alluded to this earlier. Liberty Center jumped out 23-10 at the end of the first period. But then from that point on, Liberty Center just edged Scott 34-31. So a lot of times you've got to get that hot streak. You start out well, and that really can change a game around when you come out with both guns a-blazing.
Well, Liberty hit some big threes early and got some distance. Kaylee Blanton saw a lot of points early as well, but Scott kind of went into that zone, and again, they're athletic enough, Bulldog defensive team today, to get out on those shooters, and you saw a lot of tips and a lot of disruptions. Scott created a lot of disruptions in the passing lanes, and again, this was a good game for Liberty to pick up, because I don't know that you're going to see a collection of just long athletes like this the rest of this schedule, because this is a very unique-looking athletic Scott team, and good test for Liberty, and they passed it with flying colors and got this game under control early with big threes. Emmy Gray, Liza Jones, got some threes that were really necessary, and Kaylee Blanton really carried us early in this game.
Yeah, I got some fourth quarter stats. Liberty Center shot 2 of 16. Scott 3 of 18. But on the night, Liberty Center was 19 of 67.
Ooh.
67 shots, though. That's a ton. Scott ended up 12 of, let's see, 46. So 46 shots for the Lady Bulldogs to 67 field goal attempts for Liberty Center.
That's both right around 25%, is it?
Right, but I'll take 25% of 67 versus 25%.
Well, and Mark, you bring up a great point. I've lauded Scott's defense today. Let's give Liberty Center some credit.
Yep.
Scott, it was just a very ruddy, start and stop offensive performance out of Scott today. But I think the reason why Liberty played some really good, tough defense too. Both teams really matched defensive intensity today, rebounding, a lot of rugged driving, challenging at the rim, getting back in transition today. Scott did a great job of that, and so did we. We really improved in that area.
22 turnovers for the Bulldogs, 15 for Liberty Center.
That's a much better game. We had 15, I think, in the first quarter against Archibald. Yeah. But, Scott wasn't going to come out here and pressure us too much. I think that they realized that they could make more money playing an athletic 2-3 zone, and they did today. And Liberty did not shoot a high percentage, and Tim tried some things in this lineup. Spike, you mentioned it earlier today. He was trying to find a combination to put some offense together, because when they settled into that half-court zone, there were times that we struggled offensively and got away from that offensive rebounding that we had done so well in the first half, because he put the shooters in. And again, I just give Scott a lot of credit all day long today, getting out on shooters, a lot of disruption. Great job on some of that anticipatory defense on that perimeter passing to reverse the ball, but Liberty did endure with that nice early lead and cushion and that hot streak to get a big win today.
Well, and guys, we talk a lot about schedules and teams and whatever, and it's kind of one of the earmarks of both the boys and the girls basketball schedule. I call it the Ric Flair. You don't be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! Well, in Coach Badenhop's boys team there, it's like, you're in the gauntlet, man. OG, Wayne, Trace, you didn't. But you know what? And the same thing with the girls here. They went after the Perrysburgs. They went after the Scotts. They went after the Anthony Waynes. They went after the, they went out to the, Jingle Bell Jam, playing who we got to play. All right, we're going to get some athletes here.
I love it. He's sending out a couple of
there we go.
A couple of JV athletes. I'm looking forward to
get
talking
a little
to them
time
a little bit.
here.
Right up here to the front, girls.
Yeah, and look at that. We're going to give you a headset and a microphone. I'm going to give you mine.
Well, gosh, this is a nice surprise. We were talking. These are on camera. And that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Girls, talk about your JV team a little bit. I mean, obviously you're getting some varsity minutes, but pretty exciting. 9-1 record. The Archibald game started out rough. You fought your way back into that one, and maybe you guys take turns. Talk about the JV. I mean, you guys are practicing against a great varsity team.
Yeah.
So when you come out in that JV game, maybe they're better than the varsity team, but I'm thinking they're not. So you guys are really sharpening your skills against a good varsity team in practice. Talk about your 9-1 start so far.
I think we're really lucky to play against our varsity because they definitely have made us so much better. Like, I definitely would not have expected being 9-1 right now, but thanks to the varsity, honestly.
Yeah. I also agree with Addie. The varsity has really pushed us to our best, and I feel like the chemistry on the JV team's getting way better.
For
So,
sure.
Yeah.
You had a nice ball game today, hitting some threes. I saw your sister
you.
Delaney today. I said, Delaney, who was a better three-point shooter? She's like, what? So it was a great job today in the JV game.
Thank
you guys got control of that game early and just really played good defense. You're kind of like the El Moeller, Mrs. Defense. You play a really good offensive game. You can hit threes. You've got an intermediate jump shot. Talk about your roles on this JV team and what you'll grow up into when you watch this varsity play.
Well, I think as juniors we have to lead the younger players because next year all those seniors are going to be gone. So we need to kind of build the program up now so next year we can take charge and get something going.
You are definitely a take charge kind of gal. Zentek, talk about, obviously your role on this team. You've played some offense. You can handle the ball. You do a good job rebounding. You do a lot of different things. You kind of remind me of my daughter Beatrice a little bit. The Swiss Army knife. Talk about your role on the JV team and some of the things you like to get done.
I feel like just kind of starting the offense, kind of calming everybody down. So I don't know.
Well, you do a good job of that, certainly in softball as well. You don't panic. There's not a lot of, you're not up and down. You're a straightforward kind of player. Let's wrap this interview up talking about the varsity team a little bit. When you face them during the week and you're challenging them, they're getting better because of your challenging as well. You guys don't back down. You're all friends, but you are competitive. Talk about that, what that week is like going up against the varsity, scrimmaging, drilling, and, of course, then being their friends after,
Yeah.
you guys are all friends in a program afterwards, but talk about that a little bit.
Oh, it definitely gets pretty physical, I would say.
I agree.
We go ham at practice. Never back down, ever.
Yeah, I agree with Addie. So.
It gets intense. We're all
It does.
competitive, so it makes it even better because, like, we're all just, like, going neck and neck. We want to win.
Now, I've got a question now. Because of the competitiveness, the competitive nature, and you two guys are hardcore.
Hammer, they are definitely competitive.
Is it ever hard to hold your temper and keep your composure in a game? Because the gears are turning hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely difficult, but in the week we get frustrated too because obviously we're making mistakes, so we get a little frustrated, but I feel like we can push through them and
You know, I want to add this. I was so proud of you girls in the Archibald game. You were buried. You were out of it. Game over. And everything could have just felt sorry for yourself and let the tears fly. But no, you guys battled, and you were within an eyelash of making that one more play that would have pulled the momentum and pulled out an impossible victory. I was so proud. I even asked your coach what time, if you were going to practice yesterday. I wanted to come in and say something, and then the way the day unfolded, it wasn't going to work out. But I was really pleased. I was just so proud of the way you guys battled like banshees.
Yeah, it was impressive. I mean, talk about that a little bit. Your guys are down and out on the road. Could be your first loss, but you guys battled back in that. What was that about?
it's Archibald. We don't.
Yeah.
We,
There you go. I like that answer.
Love it. We don't want to lose to Archibald. So
Very good.
next year we're taking the dub. That's
Well, congratulations on a great start to your season, and you guys are doing a great job preparing this varsity to be 12-1. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think we get Coach J-Dub Williams to hop in the booth here a little bit.
All right, Coach Williams now going to join us here, and he gets a little air time here. Smile, you're pretty right in the camera
You're in
here.
the camera, Coach.
Live over the thousands and thousands of viewers.
Well, let's talk a little bit first about the varsity game, and then we want to get into more of an expansive JV because I know your group is playing very well for you, and you got to be pretty proud of that group. Let's talk about this game, though. Scott, very athletic.
Yep.
Defended the rim really well. Their zone was very difficult to break down. Early, Kaylee Blant had some success. We hit some threes and got comfortable, but they settled into a pretty good defensive rhythm. This was a good team to see for us. Athletic, disruptive. Talk about Scott and their defense.
Yeah, it was good. It was good for us for the sole fact, Scott, that they're coming out in zone. We're going to see a little bit more zone coming up here, especially with some of these varsity games. So that was really good for us, and you get a good athletic team like this, especially with the Toledo City League. It was good for us that we could work on a lot of our zone stuff. Now, I'll tell you what, mixing up the combinations that we did.
Saw that today.
Really helped out. Everybody was stepping up. We were hitting the shots. We've been talking all week, especially in the offensive side with the zone, getting it to the middle, doing our little high-lows and taking those jumpers when they're there. And I felt like the girls did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, it looked like we identified the open man in the middle of the floor a lot. Certainly Kaylee had big success early. They started to defend more rim. We saw some jump shots from Beatrice Barrett, other players at the foul line, but then opened up our three-point game early, too. We hit some big threes, Liza, Emmy. So, if you're working the ball around the perimeter and getting it to that high post, that opens up some things for your offense. I'm sure you saw some of that early.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been one of our keys that we were really working on this year, versus what we were doing last year.
Inside out.
The inside out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I've stressed this year to the varsity, especially from the offense side of it. For us to get a really good production out of everybody, we need to do that. We have very good bigs that can go in there and get it done inside, but I really wanted to utilize the outside game. And by doing that now, going inside out and passing around like that, it really opens up a lot, And then, too, when we drive, when we do get in there, you can't always just dish it down there. Get that pull-up, and that will help extend that defense out to make it a little bit easier coming down.
Spike and I were talking about those intermediate jump shots. Sometimes it gets lost. It's either transition, scoring, or three-pointers. But I do think that those intermediate jump shots do loosen up that interior defense a little bit. And you saw Elle Moeller make a three today. You saw her make a jump shot. Liza Jones, a couple 3-4 short jumpers. Beatrice, she's kind of one of her trademarks is that 12 to 15-foot J. So it doesn't all have to be home run balls. You can hit those 2-point jumpers at 12 foot.
Absolutely, and again, that's what I've been stressing specifically this past week in practice is, hey, let's not focus so much on the outside arc. We're good out there.
Sure.
I want to see what we can start doing inside. Get in there, get those 10-footers, make those 10-footers. And once you start making those 10-footers, man, that just, again, opens everything up. And it will help extend that defense. And they really got to come out there on you. So I felt like we did a really good job with that. We got to keep doing that moving forward, that's for sure.
Laverta Latson today, the 5'11", big defending the rim. I mean, she caused a lot of disruptions for our drivers and intermediate jump shooters. Good job rebounding, deflections. She did a good job blocking the basketball. So going at that kind of interior defender, drawing some contact and having that courage, I think that was a big step for a lot of our drivers today.
Huge. And, that's one thing I always tell the girls, too. Hey, specifically, go at them.
Yes.
Attack them. Worst is going to happen. They'll get swat a shot. So what? We got to keep playing, keep attacking, because eventually you're going to get the foul called. You're going to make a shot here and there. But by doing that, it's just going to show that you're not backing down. And we're going to keep coming at you. And that's the mentality I want these girls to have. And I'll tell you what, they really are doing a good job of utilizing that and working on that in practice. And now you see the results of that.
Now 12-1, 2-0 in the league. Pretty good start. Let's talk about your JV team now. Obviously, you have lots of responsibilities, but you're one of these guys that are fully focused on the reserves, development of young players. You're 8-1 down there, or are you 9-1 after today? Was it 9 or 8?
I believe they're 9-1.
9-1. I mean, and that Archbold game got away, and you got it back within a striking distance. But these reserve players love their role getting after varsity kids, really challenging them all throughout the week, and then they come out here and they play against their reserve teams, and they're really getting after people. A lot of W's there. A lot of pride with those kids. Talk about your JV and the success you've had.
Yeah, we talk about, and I talk about with them a lot. My role has changed, obviously, this year, moving up and being, Tim's full assistant. And so I still have some play with the JVs. But the biggest thing that I tell them and stress them all the time, it's very unheard of. And we just talked about this yesterday. It's very unheard of to go against a team like this. Every day you don't have 9 seniors on a team and a very good team, And with that makes you better. That helps your development. Because sometimes, and you heard the girls as they were talking to you here, they get a little bit frustrated. But I keep reminding them, hey, you can't get frustrated with that. You have to keep battling through that because it's making you game tested. And now you're seeing that when they come out here and they play. And I've told them, there's a lot of people that kind of probably would have rid them off and said, hey, I don't know if we're going to get 8-9 wins out of you, truthfully. And you see now that's the results of their hard work and practice is really paying off. And just, they're doing a real good job of working together. And that's good. It's good for the future. It really is to see that too. And you've seen it. And you see their attitudes and how they're coming at it. They don't want to lose.
Yeah, you and Tim are the lead varsity coaches, but certainly doing a lot of coaching at that JV. All you guys are very energized. A lot of coaching in those huddles. So you've got to be really proud. The whole program losing 2 games so far through this part of the season. It's got to bring a lot of pride to the coaching staff and those players.
Yes, it's fantastic. It could go. You could have a game and it could go south really quickly. But these girls are responding. Look how the JV did against Archbold. We battled back. They came back. They got it. I think we got it within 2.
Yep.
You got a loss. You learn from it. It makes you better. What happened? Come out here today and we lay a smack. You could do 2 things with that. You could either keep folding or bounce back, and here you go. This was the result. Again, moving it forward. So
Liberty Center 9-1 at the reserve level, 12-1 at the varsity level. Another week of competition at Swanton this week. A reserve game this week as well.
2 reserve games.
2 reserve games.
JV
So
Monday, girls against Genoa, and then Perrysburg on Tuesday.
Yep.
And I've talked to Tim about this during the week. I know he's coaching varsity, you're coaching varsity, but you've got a team coming next year. You've also got to curate and work. So congratulations on a great start. Liberty Center tied for the league championship right now, so keep them going, Coach.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for everything you do for us as well.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Great work, Coach.
All right, Spiker, why don't you go ahead and get us out of here? We got other stuff to do today.
That's right.
We do?
I
Wait.
do.
You have a life?
Library dinner theater
Oh,
thing
there you
is
go.
tonight.
That's
so
it.
we're going to be here right back at school here. Diamond Dan Kessler on the stats and in the camera right now. Smile for the camera, Diamond Dan. Yep.
The Diamond Dan.
And Cole Ballman on the board, the techie stuff, and Spike and Scott
That's Boomer.
on the
Boomer Ballman.
boom
Boom, boom.
Ballman.
Get it right.
Yep. Scott and Spike on the call. And Spiker, you want to get us out of here, would you?
All right. Well, we'll make it simple. Your final score, Liberty Center moving to 12-1. They win this thing 57-45. 41 over the visiting Scott Bulldogs. So on that note, everybody, it's good afternoon and good Tiger sports.